New Thought Media Network. We are a global broadcast network of positive music, media, and entertainment, inspiring humanity's evolution along the journey of enlightenment and creating a world of love, peace, empowerment, and prosperity for all. New Thought Media Network. Positively inspiring.
Good afternoon and welcome. Welcome to Finding the Joy in the Journey. I am Reverend Gina and I am so blessed to be here with you today. And I'm so excited to be here live with you with a wonderful guest that truly makes my heart sing in so many ways. And I'm sure does for many of you as well. So I am here today and finding the joy in the journey, the purpose of us being here is to recognize here and now. This show is all about recognizing that I don't have to go anywhere, be anywhere, do anything, but right here and right now. And that's where happiness is. It's not the should have, would have, could have. It's not, it's not about, well, I'm not there yet. There is no there yet. The only chance we have is in this moment, and we get the opportunity to live in this time and space and find joy where I am. Now, that doesn't mean it always looks the way I want it to. And that could be all kinds of different reasons. And I'm personally one of those people that's already impatient. I want to know, I want to already be there. And the truth is, you are there, right here, right now. So thank you for being here with me and our guest today. And of course, I'm so excited. Our special guest today is Karen Drucker. And this person is, anybody in New Thought already knows her. And she's been, one of the greatest to come through. And I am so personally grateful for her music. Her message is all about healing and love, whether singing one of her positive message songs or sharing stories that are funny and inspiring and heart-opening. She's a keynote speaker, a women's retreat facilitator, an entertainer who's recorded over 20 CDs. 21 is actually going to be this afternoon, the beginning of it. Her inspirational music is amazing. And Karen is also the author of the best-selling book, Let Go of the Shore, Songs and Stories to Set the Spirit Free. Her chants and songs are used around the world and often help people to deal with illness and loss, or help them feel the need to feel more centered for the day. Karen's intention is to make a difference by using her music to open hearts and share a message of hope, acceptance, and love. And she does that in incredible ways. So I'm going to bring her in right here and now. So grateful to have you here. Welcome to Finding the Joy in the Journey again.
Thank you. Thank you, Gina. Thank you for having me again.
You are, you are one of my favorites by far. My favorite guests, that is. But musical and New Thought, I have to say it, you are my favorite. And I, from the very beginning, from the very first time I heard your music, my heart opened in a different way.
Oh, that's great. That's the best thing I can hear. That's the best kind of validation I can hear.
You truly, for me, I hear truth in your words.
Hmm.
And I believe you. And I believe you about me.
Oh, that's a great quote. I love that.
And that to me is what it's about. When we do the work that we do, whether it's a podcast, whether it's whether it's a prayer, anything that we do, we want to connect and we want to really, be that place of love. That's why we do it.
That's why
So
we do it.
thank you for doing what you do and thank you for being here. And greetings from Central Illinois.
My dear friend, sweet friend Ann Pogue is here.
She's been looking forward to it. So
That's
thank
great.
you for being here.
Thank you, Ann.
And we are live. So anyone, please give us whatever comments you may have, anything that's going on, questions you may have for Karen. And, if you're looking for her music, this is her most recent album. But again, there's 20.
There's
So
actually 22.
I thought there was more than 20 because
Yeah, that's my problem, Gina, right there, is being able to be home long enough to update my website, do these kind of, promotion things and all the things that just take time to do. So yeah, I have 22 at this point.
And another one coming that you're
Well, I'm not really I don't know what I'm doing. I'm really allowing it to be. One of my favorite expressions is it will be revealed. And I'm really allowing creativity right now to just be revealed because, people don't really buy CDs that much anymore. I mean, I still bring them to when I do live gigs, but people come up and go, "Oh, gee, I don't even have a CD player anymore." I don't even have it in my car or anything. And so,
but
to
they
make
have Spotify.
well,
And
they have Spotify.
they have Pandora, and all of them
Right.
have a station, a Karen Drucker station.
Yes. So I have all that. I have a YouTube channel that has all my music. I have Spotify. I mean, I'm up to like 50,000 people in a month or something on Spotify now, and Pandora and all that kind of stuff. But, I used to it was interesting because my creativity used to be, I used to have a particular gig and it would be a Silomar every year because there would be this big conference of Centers for Spiritual Living. There would be this big conference every year. And that would be my goal. Like, okay, by August, I have to have a new album. And that's why I have so many, because it would be every year. It's like all these people are going to be coming through. But now, it's kind of like one by one, just doing singles. And I think like this afternoon, I'm going to be I'm working on these. I've rewritten all these baby songs, lullaby songs. Instead of down the bough breaks, the baby will fall. I mean, hello. It's like, I'm going to go to sleep with that. So, like mine, the one that I'm recording this afternoon is to that same song. You are pure love and you are pure light. You are an angel that's shining so bright. When you allow to let your light shine, that love is a bridge from your heart to mine.
Oh, that's
So
beautiful.
yeah, so I've done that and lullaby and good night. I have that one. You are loved, you are seen, you are da da. So that's what I'm recording right now.
How precious.
Yeah.
How precious.
But I got to go back to what you said at the beginning of before you were introducing me, that it's so interesting because I had this great talk yesterday with Gary Lynn Floyd, who is one of my favorite songwriting partners and a really good friend. And we were having this talk all about exactly what you said about presence. And we were both saying, it's like, what is it just a habit of when you're like washing the dishes that you're thinking, okay, as soon as I'm done with this, I'm going to do this, so that you're not even washing the dishes. You're already thinking about what you're going to do next. And I remember I used to be the music director of this church up in Napa, California. And Napa is this great little town. And do you know, every single Sunday, it's an hour away from me, I would drive to Napa, I would do church, and I would immediately leave. I mean, just immediately. It's like as soon as the church was done, goodbye, 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 and I would leave. And for some reason, one day I thought, why am I rushing off every Sunday? And I actually walked one block behind where the church is, where the main drag of Napa is. And there was this fabulous street with all these shops and restaurants. And it was so great. And I thought, oh my God, I've been doing this job for 3 years. I've never even known that this street was here because I was always like, okay, I've done this. Okay, now I got to go do this. And I just thought, I don't know if it's because I've gotten older or maybe a little wiser, hopefully, but I just feel like it just is this thing that I'm really being so aware of, that the joy exactly is what you said. The joy is in being present right now, being with you right now, not thinking about what I'm going to do next, just being here right now. And that's why I've written so many songs like Breathe and In the Stillness of This Moment, or, these different songs about just breathe and just get present to where you are, and as I've always said, all the songs I write are all the lessons I'm trying to teach myself, or affirmations I'm affirming and trying to get in my head. But it's just, that's why your show here is so great, because it's just this reminder of that the joy is not out there. It's right here. And even if you're in a sucky place, it's not about going, oh my God, I've got to get out of this fast. It's like when you do that, you bypass whatever lesson or whatever pain you have to go through to be authentic, to be able to go through it, to then get out of it. But when you're just resisting it and going, oh my God, I'm in this bad place, I got to get out, you just slip right back into it later on.
We know all of these things. We teach all of these things.
We sing all of these things, but we have to keep remembering.
We can have it going in our head as we're singing it and still be shoulda, woulda, couldas all the way through. And it's our society. We have a society that teaches us bigger, better, faster, more. That whatever we've done, it's not enough. And there's more to get to. Even you said, what I need to do, like one of the things you just said is, this is the problem. I'm not doing this and this. You can't do everything. We're not meant to be everything.
I love, what did you just say? Wait a minute. I have to, because that's a song to me. I just heard that.
Bigger, better, faster, more.
Bigger, better, faster, more. See, I hear something like that and I just go, bigger, better, faster, more. Bigger, better, faster, more. No, 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 no. I don't want to do that no more.
Love it.
Something like that. So I'm going to work on that one. That's fun. But you're right. It's all about bigger, better, faster, more.
So what are the stories we're telling ourselves, or what are the tapes we're playing? And just like you had with that nursery rhyme, the tapes that we're playing sometimes were erroneous to start. We are given messages at birth. We're told, do this, do as I say, not as I do.
Right.
So we're given miscommunication to start. And then on top of that, we then go into this, it's not enough. We want to be, even if you're an A student, it's not enough.
I would have to say right there, you just nailed my therapy for years and years, because I was brought up in this family, great. I had great parents, but it was so drilled into me. It's just not enough. And I think it stemmed also from my father, in my youth, being a competitive swimmer. There was this thing about, well, you did this time at this swim meet, but next time you'll do better, and next time and next time. So what it did for me as an adult, which is, I've talked about this in my workshops and everything, but it set it up in my mind that it's just never enough. I've got to, when I do something, I don't take the time to be, it's exactly what we're talking about. I don't take the time to be present in that moment when that CD, when I used to get these boxes of CDs when I was complete, when I had finished the project, and now here's the box of 1,000 CDs that just came to me. I just was in a habit of, I would just put them in the garage and go, okay, now I got to start promoting them, but I would never take the time to just go, hey, this was a big deal. The thing is, people don't even realize that all the New Thought artists that that you might know of. What is this Springer? I've got like this thing in my hair today. My hair sometimes has its own zip code.
Girls do their own things. They go where they want to go.
Anyway, but all of us, it's like when you come to our table and you see all the different CDs there, it's almost like those are all used cars that we've bought, because a lot of times people think what they think of an album, that you have, and you're just used to big time music people just having albums. Well, it's like all of us are self-produced. I mean, we've raised the money, we've paid the musicians, we've paid the manufacturer, and the way that I've have so many albums actually is because I started a thing way back when I made my very first album. I thought all the money that comes from this album, I'm going to stick in a bank account. I'm not going to spend one dime of it. It's not going to be for living expenses. Any money that I get is going to go right back into a bank account that's just for music. And when I have enough when I have enough money, I get to make new music.
And I try to, every time I have an artist on, I always say, people don't realize that, you've already paid for these things. So that every CD is a $5 or $10 bill, depending upon how many you print and how much it costs these days, sitting on that table. So I encourage people, even if you don't have a CD player, buy it anyway, because you're supporting the artist. It's not about just that. You are literally, just like you'd put, if somebody, you would put money in a basket that was going around when for a love offering. Buy it anyway, because that's your love offering.
Yeah, that's true. And people don't realize, like Spotify, I mean, if you're Taylor Swift and you're having 9,000 trillion gazillion downloads, but we make like a 16th or a 30th of a penny or something like that.
Yes.
So I am making a little bit more money, because I'm getting out there in a broader, market.
You've been at this for 30, 40 years that you've been working at it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of new thought artists out there. And we talked a lot about it in 2020, where, these were people that would go city to city, center to center, and then everything, the bottom fell out. Thankfully, now it opens up the door that there's more availability to have people available via, Zoom or, through online. But the truth is, these people give their lives to New Thought, and it's up to us to support them. And I always try to mention that because, yes, you've given 40 years to be where you are today and have a Spotify page. However, there are people that are coming through that don't have that yet.
Yeah.
And the only way they're going to be able to do it, because it is a different world, is if we support them. So it's important to remember that. Look at that CD as a basket. And yes, I'm someone, and I'll say it, I have an Apple phone, so I download straight from the Apple store. But again, you're getting pennies on the dollar of what you would have gotten if I bought that CD.
Well, that's true. And I'm also going to do the other side of it too, which is it also, this way of doing it has also broadened my existence, because if it was just me going to a church and selling those CDs, now I look at my Spotify or, CD Baby that will send me a thing, and that's like Australia and New Zealand and Italy and, Rome. And I mean, all these different places all over the world are now finding me, which is incredible. So I mean, that's the other part of it. It's like, yes, I'm not making the money I used to with selling CDs, but it's also getting me out I mean, really, like Gentle with Myself on Spotify has 3 million streams. I mean, I don't know 3 million people, but I haven't gotten to 3 million people.
Touched 3 million people.
But that song has, gone through 3 million people's.
You've touched people. So
yeah. So I mean, that's great. That's the other thing that is positive about this. And I look at it too, Gina, it comes down to, where do you find your joy? And I learned a long time ago that if I was a person who just keeps going, in my day, it used to be that people bought CDs and now they're not doing it. And you just get into this whole victim.
Oh, I know it's not why you do it in any way. It's not about, but I can say it because to me it's so important, because there are people, especially some of the younger ones coming through, and there's different people, and there's so many different ways, and just let's support our musicians.
Well, I think it's great. And it does. I mean, that's what I was about to say, is that it does kind of kick my butt to reinvent. It's like, I have to keep reinventing because the way that I've made my living thus far, it just changed. And you're right, the bottom fell out. And it's like, okay. I mean, even before I started doing this kind of music, I think I think this about me, that I used to make my living doing private parties. I was, one of the main bands in San Francisco for any corporate gigs that came through. I would play Hewlett Packard and IBM and, all these big corporate things. And I would do weddings and whatever. And, that business changed too. All of a sudden people started using DJs more, and they didn't want to have a band, and, all these different things. And same thing, I had to really reinvent myself. And it was just really interesting because right around that time, it wasn't like I said, what am I going to do now? It just sort of evolved into this thing that this, doing New Thought music just kind of came into my life, and I started to do it and pursue it. And
Purpose
it was,
found you.
what is that?
Your purpose found you.
My purpose found me. Yeah, it really did. And I had no idea about this purpose. And
Well,
I'm
I am
so glad it found
grateful.
me.
I'm grateful that it found you. And I would love for you to sing, because somehow you have been with us. We're at 22 past the hour.
Oh my.
And you haven't sung yet. So
Okay.
whatever it is on your heart to sing, it's
I think I
all
want to
yours.
do this because we're talking about being blessed. So I think I'll do this. This is from my latest album. So it goes like this. Sometimes I need only to stand wherever I am to be blessed. Sometimes I need only to stand wherever I am to be blessed. Sometimes I need only to stand wherever I am to be blessed. I hope you're singing along with me at home. Sometimes I need only to stand wherever I am to be blessed. Sometimes I need only to stand wherever I am to be blessed. Sometimes I need only to stand wherever I am to be blessed. I am blessed. I am blessed. I am blessed. I am blessed. So blessed. I am blessed. I am blessed. I am blessed. So blessed. Do that again. I am blessed. I am blessed. I am blessed. So blessed. I am blessed. I am blessed. I am blessed. So blessed. From the top. Sometimes I need only to stand wherever I am to be blessed. Sometimes I need only to stand wherever I am to be blessed. Sing that again. Sometimes I need only to stand wherever I am. Sometimes I see only to stand wherever I am to be blessed. Second part. I am blessed. I am blessed. I am blessed. So blessed. I am blessed. I am blessed. I am blessed. So sometimes I need only to stand wherever I am to be blessed.
Thank you. Thank you. That was beautiful. And that is pretty much what we were talking about earlier. In a nutshell, that really
Just right there where you're standing, just to look around and go, because it's so easy to just go, but this isn't working and this isn't working. And I'm stressed about this, but what is working? I start off all my women's retreats with that. Okay, what's working in your life? What's not working? What's a challenge? What's great? Look at the balance of that. And sometimes if you actually take the time to look at what is working, there's so many things we take for granted. So we
Yes.
don't even think about it. Well, yeah, my computer's working right now. Knock on wood, it keeps working. I mean, I've got lights, I've got, my health.
And even when we don't, there's other things. So in other words, in moments, where everything seems to fall apart, that's what faith's about.
Yeah.
And I've experienced, and I had shared with you a bit, I haven't been on live for the show in a while. So for those of you that missed me, thank you. I'm back. I appreciate that you're back here with us. And I just, being real, there's some I had some health stuff, and I'd get a little better and then it'd fall back again. And then I'd get a little better and then it'd fall back again. And it can be so disheartening sometimes to be in the midst of. And the gift is, I know that no matter what, Spirit's got me. Sometimes that doesn't feel comfortable. You can still be sad and filled with faith.
That's a great, say that line again.
You can still be sad or tired or physically feeling unwell or in pain and filled with faith. Knowing that, I call my faith my life raft. So no matter what are the rapids I'm going through, faith is my life raft. There's nothing Spirit doesn't know and can't handle. There's nothing that's going to turn that upside down. God's got this.
Yeah.
And when I really take the breath to remember that, it makes it easier. And that's what makes me blessed, is that I know it. Because you can have a million things. How many millionaires are just looking for the next thing? They're just looking for the next thing to buy or do or whatever, the rush. But that doesn't make you happy.
Right.
So, I really appreciate, that joy is in the journey. It's not about the destination. And I try to tell people, and of course, now I'm the old aunt that's telling my nephews, when I was your age, in their 20s, in their late 20s, these are the best years of your life. And you'll have people tell you otherwise. And you'll think, yeah, but I want the house and I want the, the this and the that. And the truth is, you'll never be that age again. Wherever you are, you'll never be there again. Appreciate it, because there's people that'll never be there.
Yeah, I remember when I was in high school, all my friends couldn't wait to get out of high school. And for some reason, there was as much as I was not a very conscious person at that time, I remember thinking to myself, I'm never going to be 16 again. I'm never going to be, going to a high school football game again. And for some reason, there was some kind of little consciousness shift in me when I was a teenager that really kind of got that concept of, I'm never going to be here again. So I might as well really be present to it, because it's not going to be there again.
Good
and
for you.
So I really loved, my time in high school, because I just kept going, it's going to come to an end with this. So I think it's true with everything. When you're going through a hard time, this too shall pass.
Yes.
It's not like you're going to enjoy the pain that you're in, but know that this too shall pass. I'm going to do something really radical right here. And I'm going to make a suggestion to you, Gina, that she's going to have a cow when I say this, but I'm going to suggest that you might want to talk to my friend Ann Pogue, who is listening today, and possibly have her on your show, because she is quite an amazing story of, she's got this this light and spirit and smile that is just unbelievable. And this beautiful soul has gone through, I don't know, maybe she could even put in the chat how many surgeries she has. She was born with spina bifida. and the amount of surgeries she's had and the amount of setbacks and things that she's had to go through. And yet the spirit of this woman is amazing. And, what's been really amazing is when we did go into the pandemic, this became, even more of a lifeline for her, because you wouldn't know that she's in a wheelchair. So she's meeting everybody on that equal level of just being in a box here. And, she's facilitated all of my women's groups, and, she's helped me with all of that. And, it's like she's
86 surgeries.
86 surgeries. Yeah. And look at that face. You could see her little smile there. I mean, just the most, a real light and really inspirational. And, I just think that, it's so easy to just slip into that poor me thing with whatever we all go through.
Yes.
And again, as we're talking, I mean, I really like how we have both, put this point in there of, it's not about, that you're just always going to be joyous. And when you're not joyous, there's something wrong, that you allow yourself to feel whatever pain you're feeling. And, my joke is always, the idea that, feel the pain, just don't build a condo and bring everyone over for appetizers and drinks and hang out there for 5 weeks. Go through it, feel it, but allow yourself to, when you feel it, you heal it. And so it's allowing it to be that it moves, it's a flow. And that's what I think, that's the other part of joy, is that it's the flow of letting things happen the way they're supposed to happen.
And that's sometimes it is easy to get impatient. And I'll be the first to say that I can often be that person that gets, but sometimes we're exactly always and where I'm supposed to be, but I don't yes, I don't have to like it, but I also don't have to not like it. When I'm in those moments, I can stop and say, what about this is uncomfortable and why?
Well, and that word, see, that's a really interesting thing. I'm actually writing a talk right now about discomfort, about if we can learn how to hang out in discomfort. I feel like it's such freedom. I read something the other day, some quote about no one ever died from discomfort,
But when you're in a society of bigger, better, faster, more, discomfort isn't allowed. And that's why we have so many addictions, because we're trying to cover up the dysfunction, the
discomfort,
the discomfort in whatever way that might be.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, we have a lot of things at our fingertips that are easily accessible to be in that place to cover up and be.
To numb out. I think it's numbing out.
Even when we're on social media, it's constantly, you're looking at 100 things a minute. You're scrolling, there's so many places to be somewhere else. And, the only power we have is here and now. So if we're somewhere else, we're not in our power. And how many hours a day are we living out of our power?
Yeah. That's a really great point. It's a really great point. And for some people, it's so automatic and it's so habitual, and it's just that habit of just. I have a great picture that I show when I do a talk about this. There's a picture, I wish I could bring it up, but it's just so perfect. It's a guy that's on a boat, on like a yacht, and he's looking at his phone, and there's a whale that's going right by him. And he doesn't even see it. I mean, it's a whale. I mean, someone took this picture. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if it's a real picture or not, but it makes the point of a whale is freaking going by, and he's.
But, and it probably is real, because how many of us, I don't know, especially kids. My daughters, and this was 20 years ago, 10, 15 years ago, we're sitting there in the back seat of the car texting each other. They're in the back seat of the car. And that was 15 years ago. Now it's even worse. No one even speaks. Everybody's, so it's learning how to, and I think that's one of the things that we try in New Thought especially, is to really be in this place of being present. And what is that? And sometimes it's uncomfortable because we weren't taught how to. We weren't, when we're not used to, I know for me, I lived in denial most of my life. Part of it was, I used food. That was how I did it. That was part of and that's how I dealt with my upbringing and in so many things. And I see it now, and I don't have to hate myself for it. It was just all I knew how to do.
Right.
So when we learn how to forgive ourselves and just be where we are without the stuff that goes with it, suddenly there's some uncomfortable feelings. And like you said, things can break open in that discomfort.
Yeah.
Power comes back.
Well, and I think that what we're up to now in our society is, we just need connection. We need to be able to be, I mean, it's ramping up even more this year with, politics and everything, that I just think it's so important that we connect and, put the phone down and actually talk to somebody and, and be present to that. And I just think the bottom line of it all is that it's vulnerable. It's vulnerable to be in dis-ease, discomfort. It's vulnerable to put your hand out to someone and make a conversation. If you're, standing in line in Starbucks and normally you'd be doing this, but maybe you turn to the person and go, "Hey, how you doing today?" Or you just start to talk to them. I mean, you have to be brave. And I found a great quote that I want to share. I'll sing this song. This is one of Anne's favorite songs, so I'm going to sing it for her today. Brave does not mean feeling afraid and doing it anyway. Brave means living from the inside out. Brave means in every uncertain moment, turning inward, feeling for the knowing and speaking it out loud. Since the knowing is specific, personal, and ever-changing, so is brave. Whether you are brave or not cannot be judged by people on the outside. Sometimes being brave requires letting the crowd think you're a coward. Sometimes being brave means letting everyone down but yourself.
That's powerful.
So let me sing you this
What is that? Can I
little
ask what that's
song.
from?
What?
Can I ask what that's from?
I don't know. I just found it someplace. I'll send it to you if you.
I love it.
If I just show up and be open to surprise, there could be miracles right before my eyes. If I just let go, something better might appear. Who knows what could happen when joy replaces fear? When I dare to be all that I'm meant to be, like a shooting star across the sky, unstoppable and free, I shine my light, I turn darkness into light. When I dare to be brave. I'll trust in who I am. I'll be bold and take a shot. Who knows what could happen when I give it all I got? And even though I'm scared, I'm gonna step into the ring. I've got so much to offer with the gifts that I can bring. When I dare to be all that I'm meant to be, like a shooting star across the sky, I'm unstoppable and free. Gonna shine my light, I'll turn darkness into light. When I dare to be brave. Worried for so long and I've wasted so much time. Now I'm ready to take the chance and claim what is mine. What is mine? The path is free and clear. There's nothing in my way. I listen to my heart and not what other people say. Gonna take that leap. I've never felt so strong. Might not do it perfectly, but I'm right where I belong. When I dare to be all I've meant to be, like that shooting star across the sky, I am unstoppable and free. I'm gonna shine my light. I'll turn darkness into light. When I dare to be brave, I'm gonna be brave, right here, right now. Focus on the joy and be brave, yeah, now be brave. I'm gonna be braver right here, right now, right here, right now, right here, right now.
So beautiful. So beautiful.
Wrote that little song with Claudia Carawan, my dear friend. Another person you could have on your show. She's fabulous.
Wonderful. Absolutely. And I wanted to, as time keeps flying by.
It does. See, that's when you know you're doing something great. You know, when you're in your flow, when it is something that is true and authentic, time goes like that. But when you're not, and it goes,
yes,
we've all been there.
And that's a lot of people. That's their job. They really are not in that place of. So that's part of opening our hearts and knowing we're in the right place. But Ann Pogue she said, "Wow, what a quote! Thank you for singing Brave."
Just for you, Anne.
And I want people to know that you've got some amazing things coming up and where they can find you. So before, I don't want to wait till last minute. And I'm the first one is actually that I'm going to go to is a Silmar. And I'm going to just show your own promo for this.
I will be gentle with myself. I will be gentle with myself. And I will hold myself like a newborn baby child. Hi there, dear one. So, I don't know about you, but I want someone to hold me like a newborn baby child these days. It's been a pretty wacky time. And I want to invite you to my favorite place on earth. No, it's not Disneyland. It's a Silmar Retreat Center. And I'm going to be doing a retreat that I've done for many years there, but I took a little break and now I'm back. April 18th through the 21st, a women's retreat. It's called Spring Into Your Bliss. And so what does that mean? It means it's springtime. It means bliss will be singing and being in a community of like-minded women, being next to the water, breathing in that air, eating great food, having someone prepare that food for you. You don't have to do anything for a few days. No dishes to wash. And it just means allowing yourself to have that time out for yourself. And I'm really hoping you'll join us. It's fun. It's sweet. It's a time where you get to just be. And there will be a lot of music, a lot of heart opening. journaling, meditation, prayer, all that good stuff, and lots of laughter. So I hope you will be good to yourself. And just think about this. Think about coming and being with all of us at Asilomar again, April 18th through the 21st. Spring into your bliss. All the information is on my website, and I hope to see you there. Well, thanks for playing that whole thing. My goodness.
Well, it's important to see where people are going. They get to see the beautiful ocean.
Oh God, it's so beautiful there. It is. It's right right on the water.
One of Ernest Holmes' most sacred places as well.
It is. That's why it's my favorite place. I went there every single year for like 10 years doing the bigger conferences there. And then I thought, well, wait a minute, why do I have to wait for them to do? I kept saying, well, I want them to come back and do Asilomar again. And then finally I realized, oh, wait a minute, maybe I should just create my own. And so I did, and what I'm doing now, which is different than before the pandemic, is I want it to be small. I want to have smaller groups. And so it's a lot more intimate. And I booked this room, one of the meeting rooms overlooks the water. It's the last building on the property that is the closest to the water. So yeah, I'm excited about it. We have a few we had a few cancellations, so we have a few spaces open.
So if you're interested, you need to get there quickly, in other words.
Yeah.
Let's mention it. Also keep it in mind for next year, because it's an annual event for you. And I want to let people know that, where you're going to be, because you've got some amazing things coming up. You also have a woman's time out at Unity Village.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that if you can.
Well, it's, the video you just saw was pretty much the same kind of thing that we'll do. We're not at the ocean, we're at Unity Village, but it's the same thing, meditation and lots of music and hanging out with women. And that was a retreat. Actually, Anne has been to almost, I think, all of them. I did that for like 10 years. And then, then they just stopped doing them, and I didn't do them for years. And then there's a new gal there that called me up and said, do you want to bring this back? And so what's really fun is that a lot of the women that were part of that original group, from years and years ago, are now going to come back and have a big, reunited, and it feels so good. I mean, we're all going to be reunited again. And
nice.
Yeah, it's great. And Unity Village is a really wonderful place. It's beautiful. The grounds are beautiful. And yeah, that'll be fun. When is that? September, I think.
And everything is on your website. And I want people to make sure that they know that they can go to, and it's pretty straightforward, KarenDrucker.com, and they can, find out all kinds of things. But another thing that you do every month that I think is wonderful, and I encourage people to check the dates and find out. And you have a newsletter. People can go right to your website and sign up for your newsletter, so you can find out every month. But you offer a virtual concert. Tell us about that.
Yeah, well, I do. When the pandemic happened, I had a few people call me up and just say, I'm by myself. I'm alone all day long. I'm singing along with your music, but I just need to be with people. And so I got this idea of like, well, why don't I do this, Sacred Sunday Sing once a month? And I've been doing it ever since the pandemic. It's a free sing along. It's like we do it, it tends to be the second Sunday, but not always, but it's on a Sunday. It's once a month, and the dates are all on my website. And it's just, everyone's muted. So it's not like, you have to worry about someone's going to hear you sing. Everyone's muted. And I'm just doing my songs, chanting a lot of the sing-along songs that I write. And I just think it's a great opportunity to just be with people. And I ask everyone to put it in gallery view. So you're seeing people, and they're just, they're in their little boxes and they're dancing. And, it just feels like a community, even though we're virtual. It's just bizarre. But people always say to me, they feel so much better after these 1 hour things. So I keep doing them.
And I just want to mention that I didn't put it in there, but it's Pacific time, 6 So it's 6 p.m. Pacific time, 9 p.m. Eastern time, depending upon where you are.
Yeah.
But, it's on the website, and I encourage people. April 14th is the next one, and then May 5th is the one after that.
Yeah.
So there's some good stuff coming up that I want to make sure people know about. And the one that I think is most exciting, and I want you to mention, of course, is...
And look at that great graphic. Look at those beautiful graphics that somebody did for me. Is that just gorgeous or what?
And I just put some words up there. No worries.
No, I couldn't do that. You did it. It's beautiful.
Well, you actually have, some amazing people: Gary Lynn Floyd, Michael Gott, Eddie Watkins Jr., and Reverend Temple Hayes, all with you for this Alaskan cruise. And I know it books up quickly. So if people are looking for next year's vacation, it's next August.
Yeah. It's a year from now, but what happens is, and why we're promoting it so much right now, is that this cruise sells out a year out. So it's like, and they start raising the rates in just a little while, but it sells out. So we're actually getting most of it booked right now.
And it's just very exciting. What a wonderful thing to be there as for your cruise is entertaining to have all New Thought artists.
Oh yeah, we're calling it actually Asilomar. When we all used to go there as a big group, it was, the music was the main thing. A lot of people came for the music. So I'm kind of calling this like Asilomar at sea, because
I love it.
We're just, every time we're at sea, we're making music, we're singing, we're doing concerts and, music workshops and everything like that. And the thing I do like about this that I will mention is that, for anybody who's interested, if you put down your deposit and you get your cabin, if life changes and you can't do it next year, you get a full refund 3 months ahead of time. So, you're really covered if you're kind of going, I don't know where I'm going to be in a year. Well, you can get your money back. So
if need be, yeah.
If need be, but you got to come.
But you got to book it so that it's there.
Yeah.
And I want to just make sure people know they can make any comments that they'd like. By all means, we are live. If there's anything,
we are live.
We only have a few minutes left. And is there anything that you would like to talk about? Is there anything on your heart that you would like people to pray for and lift up? You give to us in so many ways. Even your monthly concert, that's just you giving to us again. You give to us in so many ways. What can we hold as not only your fans, but, as in the oneness, your brothers and sisters in love? What can we know for you for this coming time, or whether it's the season or something that's in your heart?
I would say ease and effortlessness. I just really want to do everything. I want everything that I'm doing to be coming from a place of, and it's something you said before, when you were talking about, going through your health challenges, of just knowing that you're held, that you don't have to worry, you don't have to push, you don't have to try. Even all the things that you just promoted, that it's like, I just can put it out in the world and just know that whoever's supposed to come will come.
You'll be easy on yourself?
What is that?
You'll be easy on yourself?
Yes. What a concept. Yes. And just, I would just say, just to be easy on myself and just it's interesting. I'll sing you this little chant that I just wrote with Claudia Carawan and Sue Riley. And I think this is really what I want. It just goes like this. So it shall be, so it shall be, whatever I focus on, I will see. I take a breath, I trust and believe, I let go. And so it shall be, I let go, and so it shall be.
And so it is. Beautiful, beautiful. And it's ease and effortlessness. And so it is. We do live in interesting times. And the world is busy and often distracting. And that doesn't mean that joy exists any less. And it's just what we're paying attention to. I watched a video, and it's something that I've seen before, and it's basically this two groups, one has blue shirts, one has red shirts, and they're handing off basketballs to each other. And the question is, how many times did the red team hand off the ball? And you're thinking of a number of the time. And meanwhile, this guy dressed like a gorilla walks across through
and you don't even see it. Yeah,
no one noticed it.
Yeah, so isn't that? That's one of my favorite videos. I've seen that many times. Isn't that a trip? And you don't even see it.
And you think, how could you miss somebody with a guy dressed as a gorilla? And that's how we have the blinders on, and even the voices that tell us not enough, shoulda, woulda, coulda, all those kinds of things. The mind's filling in what it does because, it's used to that. But we can change it.
All right.
We can consciously make a difference and change it. We just got another message that says, just found you too, and it was exactly what I needed. Going to be easy on myself. I listen every morning to you, Karen. You're such a blessing to me and so many.
Oh, thank you.
And it's true. It's very true. Thank you so much to people that are watching, and thank you for being the message and the messenger, because your gifts and the way that you share them with the world allow us to take those pauses. And how many times it's the end of the song before I really hear what I'm singing.
Yeah.
And I encourage people, if you go on Spotify, and if you're someone that uses Pandora, whatever it may be, go on a channel and just find yourself, and also, go to your website, and they can download straight from your website. And, like I said, make sure you support our New Thought artists, because they don't have the big record deals that everybody else has, but they are here to uplift us in the world, and they do. So,
well, let's put a plug in for Empower Music also, because that's where a lot of people can hear all these up and coming people, but also people who've been established in New Thoughts. So Empower, EMPOWERMA, Music and Arts. So Empower, EMPOWERMA.com. And that's the place for all New Thought musicians. If you're a New Thought musician, you're registered in this, with them, and you can hear all of this music of all the people I've been telling you that I wrote songs with, Gary Lynn Floyd and Claudia Carawan, and So Good, and all these people. Yeah.
I will make sure that I am putting that out there many places. EmpowerMA.com.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much for being here.
Oh, thank you for having me, Gina. You're always fun to hang out with and talk to.
You are a blessing, and I am so grateful. And you're always so kind to New Thought Media Network, as well as just in general. So thank you for being that, and for holding the space that you do. And I am knowing your ease and grace as we step into this new in the flow of change. And I'm knowing it for everyone that is watching, and each one of us, knowing that peace begins within. So when we take that time to take that breath and be the change, the outside changes. So let's do that consciously for ourselves and the world. Thank you so much, all of you, for being here with us. And thank you, Karen. So much love and blessings. Namaste.
Namaste.
On behalf of everyone at New Thought Media Network, thank you for being a member of our virtual family. Your financial contributions help share the New Thought message with people from around the world. Please visit and contribute at www.ntmedia.org/.